Hey y'all, Crystal here. Today I'm going to show you how to use the alternating cable cast on for doing a 2x2 rib. So we're going to start it the exact same way as we would for 1x1, but you'll want to be sure to cast on a stitch multiple of 4. So like 4, 8, 12, 28.
For this one I'm using a number 6 super bulky yarn and my 9mm knitting needles. We'll start first with the slip knot to get set up. This is a short tail cast on, so you don't need to leave a long tail. Slip that slip knot on your left hand needle. This will count as our first stitch. Since it has a bump, we will count it as a purl stitch. Now we're going to use the knitted cast on to set up our next stitch before we start the alternating cable cast on. So we're just going to insert our right needle into this slip knot stitch. We're inserting it in knitwise, and we're going to make essentially a knit stitch, but we won't slide it off the needle. So we're wrapping the yarn counterclockwise around the right needle tip, pulling up a loop there. We're going to pull it up longer, and then we're going to slip it on to the left hand needle. So now we have 2 stitches here. This last one counts as a knit stitch. Now we're ready to start our alternating cable cast on. And just like with the cable cast on, we're going to be inserting between the 2 stitches that you have on the needle, the last 2 stitches as we work. So we're going to need a purl stitch next. So we're going to bring our yarn to the front, and we're going to insert our needle, our right hand needle, between the 2 stitches from the back to the front. Then we're going to wrap the yarn around like we would as if to purl, and then pull that through. Pull that loop through, and then instead of sliding off, we are slipping it back onto the left hand needle. Now we're working a knit stitch, so we're moving our yarn to the back, and we're going to insert our needle from the front to the back between the 2 stitches. Wrap the yarn over, pull up a loop, slide that onto our left hand needle. Move our yarn to the front, insert our needle from the back to the front, wrap the yarn over counterclockwise, pull our loop through, slide it onto the needle.
And then you'll just keep repeating those 2, alternating between the knit cast on and the purl cast on for the number of stitches you need. Okay, so I have cast on for 1x1 rib with alternating cable cast on, but I actually need a 2x2 rib. So to do the 2x2 rib, now we're going to work our first row of ribbing, 2x2 ribbing, but we're going to switch around our stitches as we work so that instead of knit, purl, we have 2 knits, 2 purls. So our first stitch is a knit. Remember, our purls are the recessed ones that sit further back. So we're just going to knit our first stitch. And this one is a purl, and I need it to be a knit. So I'm going to insert my right needle into the second stitch purlwise and slip those 2 off. My loose stitch in the back I'm going to pick up with my left needle and switch it around. Then I'm going to slip that stitch back onto the left needle, and now I am ready to knit. And here I have 2 pearls ready. Purl 2. So I've knit 2, purl 2. Now I'm looking at a knit and a purl here, so I can knit the first one. And then I need to slide these 2 off and switch them around, pick up that on my back needle, slide this one back on. Now I'm going to knit, and now I have 2 pearls. Purl 2, 2 knits, 2 pearls, 2 knits, 2 pearls. Okay, I have a knit, purl. I need 2 knits, so I knit the first, slide these 2 off, pick up the back one on my left needle. So, oops, slide this one back on. Now I can knit it. And then I have 2 pearls set up. Purl 1, purl 2. Now I have 1 knit. Need to set up my knit, so I slide these 2 off, pick up the back one first, slide that one back on, go ahead and knit it, and now I'm set up for 2 pearls. Now I knit 1, slide these 2 off and switch them. Then I can knit the first one and purl the next 2. And I can knit 1, slide these 2 off, slip the one and slip that one back on. Then I can knit and purl 2. Okay. Looking at a knit. Slide these 2 off. Put them back on. Switching. Go. So I need to knit that one, and then I'm purling the last 2. Okay. So now you have switched the ribbing 2 by 2. And in order to join in the round, now you would join in the round. Since we have to slip those stitches off and on our needle like that, it's best to do that flat first and then join my ribbing in the round, and we'll just use our tail to sew up that little gap there that we create. If you are working this 2 by 2 rib flat, then you just turn and start working. Now you're going to knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, just like you would for 2 by 2 ribbing. Okay, since we are doing in the round, I'm going to show you that now. So we're setting up for magic loop here. I'm going to make sure I'm between a set, 2 pearls here, 2 knits here. So I'm going to pull my loop through here. Okay. So, oh, I have it all kinds of, right? So here I have 2 pearls, and these first 2 are knits. So I'm going to knit, and I have joined it. I'm going to knit purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. Just going to go around repeating that. Set up my magic loop again. Okay. So here I'm looking at 2 pearls. That's 2 pearls here. Okay. So you just keep going around, knitting and purling. And then here we're going to use that tail just to seam that little split up there on the edge. And that makes doing the alternating cable cast on for 2x2 rib in the round much simpler, since it's already a bit fussy with the dropping stitches and picking up there. So I'm going to do a couple of rounds off camera just so we have a little bit of our ribbing worked up for you to see, and then I will sew up the side there so you can see that as well. So you can sew up this little jog here. It's only 1 row higher than how you normally would if you join the way I do, which is just keep on knitting around. At the end, once you've finished your project and bound off. But I'm just going to show you real quick. You just take your yarn needle and thread that tail, and then we're looking at our knit column here. So I'm going to go under these 2 loops and pull that through there. And then I'm just going to weave it in normal away. Following along the yarn. Again, obviously you would be bound off and everything to do it, but that way it's all joined up.